The Bert Newton Show is brought to you by the new Jenny Craig weight loss program. Now more than ever, it's the Australian way to lose weight. The Australian Television Network and associated stations presents The Bert Newton Show!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Grazie. Oh, look. That's me. Welcome. It is nice to have your company on this Tuesday. Looks like a good show. What a beaut show it was yesterday, even though I say it myself, not because of anything that I did, but the music in the show yesterday. I was so busy in congratulating Joe, or Giuseppe as I now know him. Hang on a sec. Hold it there. Joe, every time I mention your name, you don't have to stand up and take a bow. Just, we'll get a nice shot. The one thing I didn't... We had extra strings and everything in yesterday, and I didn't pay particular tribute to my musical director, Mr. Ross Burton. Congratulations, Ross. Lovely.
Thank you.
I have got great news for all record-loving viewers. There is a brand new album. It's not the Bert and Paddy Family album, I can promise you that. This is now available as of today. And we would like you... Terrific. By the way, Joe yesterday played Rhapsody in Blue. We got a call last night from the Gershwin Foundation. That's the way we liked it, OK? That's the way we liked it. It was terrific yesterday. Today, as I say, a super show. Lots of people for you to meet. Ron Casey from Sydney is going to join us on the show today. I'll just get my glass of water ready. You might like to pour it over me or something. Also on the show today, Joe Bugner, the former world heavyweight champion, is going to join us. And lots more people. So welcome. It's good to have your company. And it's good to open the show today with two fine talents, Joey Perrone and PJ Becker, chained to the wheel. Here are Joe and PJ. Great start. Thank you, Joe. And thank you, PJ. Absolutely beautiful. Look at those legs, the beautiful hair, and isn't PJ nice too? Terrific opening of the show. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, PJ. To welcome now to the host set my next guest is a great pleasure. The man is the former British, European, pardon me, I'm getting nervous just thinking of the fact that he doesn't like me, might belt me right across the face, and also the Commonwealth heavyweight boxing champion with his lovely wife, Marlene. Please welcome Joe Bugner. It's good to see you both again.
Isn't it wonderful?
It's been too long, hasn't it?
Yes.
Certainly has.
Just looking at you at rehearsal today, Joe, I mean, you've been through a few fights and you've made a lot of money in fighting, and yet you look so fit and you look as if you're unscarred.
Well, a lot of people would think that I had a operation, but I haven't really. You know, nose job and the eye job and the whole thing. No.
Well, he actually did have a nose operation. Do you know why? Because he's snoring all the time.
Really?
So, but it didn't work.
I can't imagine anyone saying to the heavyweight champion, you're snoring too much, do something about it.
Bert.
I do. I mean, Marlene has got a best left hook.
Yeah.
You got that wrong, Dan. It's not the left hook, it's the
back hook. No, the back right hook.
Are you frightened of her, Joe?
all the time. I have to do the washing up in the morning after breakfast.
It's true. It's true. Bert does it at home.
Yes, all the time. Oh, yes.
But all right here, he's a big star. You wait till Paddy gets him at home. Straight in there and do the washing up.
You and I have something in common. We're both married to former heavyweight boxing champions.
Exactly.
Oh, that's really lovely.
How did you, perhaps not heavyweight, lightweight, a featherweight, I would
Now
suggest.
you're really going to get it,
How did you meet Joe, Marlene?
Well, actually, when I was working in LA, the National Enquirer newspaper,
What were you doing with the National Enquirer?
making a lot of money.
Reporting?
You bet. What else do you think I'd be doing with it?
Telling the
Bert?
truth?
Of course.
Naturally.
Naturally. And anyhow, one of my photographers, he was also doing a bit of freelance on the side, and he was doing it for the Mirror newspaper on Fleet Street. You know that elegant
Yes.
newspaper,
Oh,
Fleet
wonderful.
Street,
Yes,
always
yes.
accurate. And he said, I have this fabulous guy for you to meet. Now, we'd been working together for about 15 years, and you know what photographers' friends are like, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And I said,
You have to
well,
agree with her, Bert, because...
I've agreed with everything so far,
of
Joe.
course he has.
Thank you.
Anyhow, I said, well, what does he do? One of his friends, he said, he's a boxer. I said, do you want to introduce me to one of your friends who's a boxer? I said, not a chance. And he said, another thing, he said, he's just gone through a bad divorce and lost $1 million. I said, forget it. So anyhow, but this is a photographer who's going with Joan Collins. I went to Joan's place one afternoon for one there.
Do you know Joan very well?
Yes, very well.
Could I just touch you? Oh, is that lovely.
But it's me you got to touch.
Oh, yeah, of course, Joe. I said, hello. Truth at last.
But I've never allowed him to touch Joan. Just kiss on the cheek.
Is she
you know.
nice? As beautiful as we see
Nowhere
her on
near as
television?
beautiful as her.
No, of course not. Of course not. So anyway, what a drive you mad. So, Marlene?
Now, the photographers brought Joe along, you know, to look all innocent in this, and I walked in with my English secretary, and here's this big, blonde, brown-looking guy with the shirt open down here, great big gold
Good
medallion.
looking?
Well, I thought he was an out-of-work actor, and you
Muscles
kind of
rippling
shy
everywhere.
away when they're out-of-work actors because, you know, if you're a journalist, they're going to get you to do copy for them, you know, especially in National Enquirer. So I just said hello, because I've got no idea who Joe Bugner was. And he grabbed me and made me sit with him, and I've been with him ever since.
Well, but it's been pretty happy, though,
I'll tell you
hasn't
something, but I've got other talents as well.
it? Yes?
Of course.
What, arm wrestling? It just happens.
How did you know that?
Well, it just happens that I'm somewhat of an expert in that,
But
too.
your reputation is not good on that, darling.
it's not particularly.
Very hurt about that.
Why, Joe?
I'm not going to let this woman get away with it.
The woman
I am
from the
making
building
an official
site.
challenge to
Yeah.
this lady. Nobody beats my friend. Nobody.
Right. What was her, I forget her name now, the lovely lady from the building site that came in, and she was a very nice person.
Would
but
you have forgotten
very-
the name if you'd won?
Oh, no, of course
No,
not. You
of course
don't forget the ones you beat, do you? Joe, do you have any regrets in getting into the fight game? Because for a lot of people, of course, boxing is not the most palatable of sports, and some people don't even see it as a sport.
No, I don't regret one moment because for a simple reason, A, I wouldn't be sitting here then. Boxing has been criticized in many ways because A, it could be very painful and also, you know, they say that it can do brain damage. In this particular case, I'm sure as everybody's watching on television, Bruno was doing everything he could to beat an old man. And a lot of the punches were absorbed on the gloves. And The referee, I think, was a bit premature in stopping that fight, but that's irrespective. I mean, he done the job well.
But how did you come out of that? I mean, it
very
seemed to
wealthy.
me that you're... Well, very wealthy, yeah, but very healthy, though.
Well, it took about a month to recover from it. The reason I say that is because when you get bruised, it's usually on the bones. I mean, your muscles get bruised only if they hit something solid, and the bones would be very painful.
But Joe, does it worry you when you see a great champion like Muhammad Ali finish up as he is now? Admittedly, he does have Parkinson's disease, but before he got that disease, obviously things weren't right with him.
Very much so. I think that when it comes to injuries in any sport, unfortunately, it's highlighted by the media to a degree that it's really blown out of proportion. Now, if you're a famous person like Muhammad Ali, or let's say, just for talking's sake, a Wally Lewis or somebody in a different type of sport who gets injured permanently, the media would blow it out of proportion to try and stop it or prevent it from happening again, which I believe in. But I think the injuries that do occur in any sport are so minute in percentage-wise that I think if they decided to ban the sport for that particular reason, I think it would be wrong.
OK, you also have entered the field of acting. We've got a clip here from a movie called Barracuda, which incidentally is on the books of the 7 Network. So
Yes.
when it's run, it'll be run by the 7 Network.
I played a sergeant where his career's coming to an end, and they asked me to put on a lot of weight so that I look as though I was let's
Say
this one.
it, say it.
A fat cop.
Yeah, OK.
A fat cop, who's coming to the end of his career, and he's very concerned.
Here's the clip.
Hands for a run out here, back to the bowler's end, and he's out.
Oh,
Dyer is
never
backed
have been
up,
picked.
was
Wouldn't you
then
know?
sent
The
back by
selectors
May.
don't know what they're doing.
About halfway down the
Hello.
track, the order came to return
Kylie.
from Tim May. Dyer darted back, the return came in. Hadley was
You're
standing
kidding.
with the bails off.
Just hang on a minute.
And, Dyer's
Mac,
finishing things out of his
Kylie's got the new chum on the radio.
Australia now 9, 480.
Yeah, well, what about it?
Now congratulations
The boat that
to,
caught fire?
Dyer, who made 60.
belonged to Zoe Scone.
The man who threw it in from the deep to return. Good one to Hadley. So,
Couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke.
But Costelli's impounded it. Wants your permission to get arson and scientific out.
Yeah?
Yeah. Obviously, you're a method actor, Joe. I mean, you just got yourself right into that role and lived
I'll
it.
tell you something, if I don't win an Oscar for that, I'm in trouble.
I was just thinking, once you do that, I mean, as I say, you do acting now, and you've done cabaret, you've done lots and lots of things. But is everything that you do basically an anticlimax once you've been a world heavyweight boxing champion?
That's the sad part. Unfortunately, a lot of the general public, think that an athlete is categorized as an athlete and he has no right in stepping into other areas of work. This is very sad, but we do continue on in other areas. And I have chosen a career, unfortunately, that's far tougher than boxing. Because the cutthroat business in acting, where we're trying to get a job, is so severe that one just has to keep plodding on. And I like acting. I mean, I've always been a big ham, and 20 years in the boxing ring has taught me one thing only, and that's to act. Admittedly, I had a lot of good wins as well, so don't misunderstand. I mean, out of 75 fights, I lost 11. So it's a pretty good record.
That's pretty good, isn't it? We're going to continue talking about acting after this break, because we have joining us Terry McDermott, who's not only a fine actor, but also one of the pioneers of television acting. He was the star of the first police drama series in Australia, Homicide. So Terry's with us, with Joe and Marlene, after this break.
Hi, I'm Jenny Craig, and I'm proud to introduce the new Jenny Craig Weight Loss Program to Australia. This new program is designed to help you lose weight enjoyably and keep it off permanently. Losing weight will taste better with new Jenny's Cuisine foods like our pasta salad, tabbouleh, lemon chantilly, even a burger. To motivate you, we're introducing new video lifestyle classes. Our classes are taught by doctors, nutritionists, and exercise specialists, experts on topics like binge eating, how to dine out, low-fat cooking, burning calories naturally, and much, much more. Now's the perfect time to learn more about the new Jenny Craig Weight Loss Program. You can get results, too, just like Janine Kimberly. Ring us. If you haven't seen us lately, you haven't seen us at all.
On Jenny's new program, you can lose all the weight you want for only $185. This is the best value weight loss program ever, so call today.
CBI, a shade better than the rest. better quality, better service, and CBI vertical blinds offer a better range of shades and materials. A fantastic choice in verticals, Holland blinds, Venetians, and stylish outdoor awnings. Wind sensitive, CBI awnings even fold up in a storm. Safe when you're out. See the experts with 25 years in business.
CBI, a shade better than the rest.
Call CBI now. Free measure and quote and 6 months interest-free terms.
Of all the multivitamins, only one has the formulation of Logical, the complete multivitamin with a sensible boost of calcium in one capsule. So if your dietary vitamin intake is inadequate, your choice of multivitamins is now Logical.
Hello, I'm Peter Smith. Are you considering buying a hearing aid? Well, my advice to you is don't buy one before you read this. Hearing aids know your rights. It's got all the information you need to know about buying a hearing aid, and it will give you a better understanding of all the products and services that are available to you. Get your free copy by simply ringing Hidden Hearing on 842-3155, 842-3155. Don't buy a hearing aid before you read this booklet. It's free and obligation-free.
When you're faced with the unexpected, Harpic Cling, the power to clean even the toughest stains right through to the S bend and leave your loo looking like new.
Every home needs Harpic.
Tonight on A Country Practice.
It's a third world country that you're in.
A devoted doctor in the middle of Australia.
I don't know what to do, Steve.
But her career is tearing her marriage apart.
He knows my heart's not in it.
Can she manage to keep her job and her husband?
You really want this?
After spending months gaining trust in the community she works with.
Maybe it's better that both of you didn't come back.
She simply can't walk away from them.
I've no intention of going back to the valley until we've set a date for your return.
A Country Practice. 7:30 tonight on 7.
Welcome back. Here we go again. I was just sitting here looking at a camera and all of a sudden a light came on, so I thought I may as well start talking. Our next guest is, he's done everything in show business. He's been a Shakespearean actor. He's done musicals, including Guys and Dolls, in which he was terrific. Television appearances, well, in actual fact, he is a television pioneer because he was in the very first police drama seen on Australian television, a continuing series, Homicide. Please welcome Terry McDermott. Memories of that great show?
Yes, let's arrest them immediately.
Well, I don't know. You know, it really was a huge breakthrough, wasn't it, Homicide, because it hadn't been done before on television.
No, it was... Actually, it was one of those things. Hector Crawford had a dream, and he was one of the few people that really believed in it. And eventually he convinced the rest of us to believe in it. And the situation was that the shows that cost so much money overseas were eventually sold here for a pittance, really, and we had to make our show for a pittance to compete with it. And, I mean, we had an exterior film crew of 4.
Do you remember the name of your first director? I think it was a bloke called Bruce Ross Smith, was it not, who directed Homicide?
Yes, it was, Bruce Ross Smith.
I'm not too sure. Yes, he's still there. Bruce, just hang your head over. Bruce happens to be up there.
Go on. What do you know
in the flies this afternoon. There you go.
Yes.
He hasn't been well in recent years, so we just keep him around the place like a Phantom of the Opera. He just throws himself around there and up on the lighting grids and so forth, and a few peanuts occasionally and a beer, and he's quite happy.
And Bill Catmull, of course.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, what is he doing up there? I mean, I once saw it.
Waving. Yes.
Is he? When Bruce waves, that's not a wave. Good to have him up there. I'll find out afterwards what he's doing. Did it worry you in those early days there could be such a thing as typecasting, Terry, because everybody watched Homicide? We talk about ratings today. It got a rating of 78%, didn't it?
Yes, it beat everything from all over the world that came to Australia, and I think it was because the Australian public wanted a local show to succeed, and seeing the Melbourne streets and having an exciting thing like murder every week, and having some pretty attractive people in the show made all the difference.
So it didn't worry you, typecasting at all?
No, not really. Well, I no, that's not true. It did worry me insofar as I wanted to break the mould after I left. And I, of course, went into Oliver as Bill Sykes, which is the other end of the scale.
And you're one of the earliest actors, too, to actually resign from a series. You weren't thrown out, you actually resigned.
I was killed, yes.
Homicide. You were killed off, weren't you?
That's right. I was shot in the Elstonwick golf course, which
very
can be...
painful.
Yes,
very painful in the Elstonwick golf course.
In the 9th hole, I think it was.
Terry, you're now into after-dinner speaking. How did you get into this?
Well, by accident, really. I was in Man of La Mancha. That was the first production, which was about 21 years ago. And we were in Brisbane, and they asked for somebody to speak at a Rotary luncheon. And nobody would do it. And I thought, I might have a crack at this. And so I sat down and I said I'd do it. And I wrote a few little headings of stories I wanted to tell them. I had a beard in those days for the show, and beards really weren't in 22 years ago. And I fronted up, and there were about 150 guys from all walks of life. And I felt a certain resentment because I was wearing this beard, you know. I mean, who does he think he is?
And you're an actor?
That's right, yes. And anyway, I went out, and on the way out there I thought, how did I come to start in this business? And I started off by saying, when I went home to my father and my brothers and told them I wanted to be an actor, their reaction was, how could you bear to work with all those pansy blokes? And it got a very big laugh, you know, and I never looked back after that.
How can you?
Well, Bert, should I tell you?
It's interesting. I think most people who've never had anything to do with the industry believe that half, if not more, are pansies, as you say.
Yes, it isn't true at all. I mean, particularly when you consider a show like Homicide, where we did a lot of fighting, a lot of stunting, all sorts of things, and everybody had to do it. You know, I mean, we all had to do our own because we couldn't afford a stunt man.
Anyway, Dales, look, getting back to the after-dinner speaking.
Yes.
You're doing so much of it now. What are the main questions asked of an actor like you these days?
Well, what I do when I do after-dinner speaking, Joan Saxton and I came together at one stage, and I'm not sure how we did, but we did. And she has an enormous brace of speakers, or whatever you call them, gaggle of speakers, whatever. And they cover all walks of life, whether they've ridden a bike over the Sahara or gone around the world single-handed in a yacht or whatever. Now, my department is show business, and I tell show business stories, things that happen behind the scenes, things that the audience are interested in because everybody watches television.
What's your favourite story?
One of my favourite stories is when I was a radio actor. In radio acting, and I was for 10 years a radio actor in Sydney, and you lived on serials. You know, I mean, I don't mean you off a plate, but you were in serials, and they were your bread and butter. Now, I really am getting quite a gourmet with this, but our plays were the cream on the cake, as it were. This is a cooking show, actually, but I remember I was in, I think, 4 serials which kept me going, paid the rent and whatever. And occasionally I'd do the Harry Death Playhouse or Lux Radio Theatre or whatever. Now, in all 4 of these, I was killed in the 1 week. Now, I knew that if I rang up the people I'd been working for, they'd say, well, we've been using you see.
Yeah.
If I rang up the others, most of them would say, well, we've been trying to get you, but you've been tied up in these other serials. So it would be about 6 weeks before the situation would rectify itself, which is pretty depressing to have no work for 6 weeks. And I came out of the last one when I was killed in the last studio. I came out and Harvey Adams was walking along the road, and he played my father in Blue Hills years ago. And he was walking along and said, how are things, Terry? And I said, well, they're not good, you know. And I told him this story, and he said, Terry, there's a saying in this business. The wind that blows one door shut blows every other bloody door shut as well.
Ain't it the truth sometimes?
Yes, it's
I want to put you into the role now of an adjudicator. A good friend of mine who happens to be on the couch with you this afternoon, Mr. Joe Bugner, is now into the acting area, and we've shown a clip, and we've had so much response from people all around Australia ringing the switchboard saying, could they see it again, and when are we showing Barracuda? I thought we'd show it again, and then I want you to adjudicate on this gentleman's performance, remembering that Joe is very much a method actor. I don't think you are you, necessarily?
No, I know I'm a Catholic, actually.
Right. Let's have a look at this thing.
Oh, never have been picked. Wouldn't you know? The selectors don't know what they're doing.
Hello. Kylie. You're kidding. Just hang on a minute. Mac, Kylie's got the new chum on the radio?
Yeah, well, what about it?
The boat that caught fire? It belonged to Zoe Scone.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke.
But Costelli's impounded it. Wants your permission to get arson and scientific out.
Yeah? Should have mentioned more, they're shouting out, more! Almost a standing ovation. Oh. I'll give you a tip, Joe. I'll give you a tip. This sort of audience, if you can learn to play Rhapsody in Blue, they're yours forever and ever.
Thank you. I just want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that as far as my acting is concerned, irrespective of what I did in my boxing career, the most important thing I've learned in the business is kissing. Now wait a minute. Before...
No, you won't get a better offer than that. Come over here, said the lady. Go over and give the lady a kiss, Joe. Yeah, why not? Okay, just the one will do, thanks. Joe? John Dix is now trying to attack him. Don't fall for Dixie.
Eat your heart out, Tom Cruise.
Yeah. So you were saying?
I was just about to say that being a European by birth, it is very natural to kiss fellas on the cheek. And unfortunately, my biggest mistake was that to be introduced into the acting world, because as soon as I have a couple of glasses of wine now, I want to kiss everybody on the cheek. Mm-hmm. And I just don't want people to misunderstand that kissing is not because I'm slightly like Bruce up there.
Look, you've got to make your...
Sorry, Bert. Sorry,
Bruce
man, I didn't mean that. You know what?
Bruce is probably getting his lawyers play. Bruce, by the way, is a wonderful guy, and I'll tell you, only a little joke. That was years ago. He was like that. He's fine now. Okay. What about the judgment now on Joe?
Well, I thought it was a very big performance, Joe.
I knew it.
I thought. No, I mean, it was tall and well built. No, those parts aren't easy to play.
No. Well, Joe should have showed that, didn't he? I mean, if you really... We should mention Graham Rouse was in that scene, too, because Graham is a wonderful actor.
Yes, good bloke.
OK, we're going to take a break and we'll come back. Incidentally, Joe, don't feel too bad, because...
Can I have my ratings?
Yes, what's that? Out of 10?
Out of 10.
Yes.
Out of 10, I would say 9.5.
9, which is wonderful, eh? Go and kiss him again. I might mention to you, Joe, that we have a very, very early piece of Terry in Homicide going way, way back. So you might like to adjudicate on him later.
I would love that.
Yes.
We'll take a break, and after this break, Samantha Sang is going to sing for us. So wait for Samantha to sing. Or sang. Stop.
Abalone fishing, one of our state's more exotic industries, is under threat. Join us in 7 Nightly News tonight for a special report from the west coast of Victoria on our abalone beds that are being poached to extinction. And on Hinch, the face of Japanese business in Australia. Yes, it's Mr. Okimura, the smiling ambassador for NEC. But he's really a high flyer, and he has a secret. Find out tonight on Hinch. 7 Nightly News at 6:30. Hinch at 7, tonight on 7.
No Way Jose says no way to fatty foods, but Dot's got McCain low cholesterol super fries cooked in polyunsaturated vegetable oil, which proves a No Way Jose is no match for a Dot for the lot. Ah, McCain, you've done it again.
Garlic, the plant that is famous for its unusual smell and medicinal properties, has an interesting history. Sanskrit records show Indians used garlic for its powers 5,000 years ago. Egyptian slaves stopped work on the pyramids when their daily supply of garlic ran out. During World War I, the British pressed the juice from garlic onto soldiers' wounds. While in Russia, garlic is a tradition and queues formed to buy garlic during the flu epidemics. Would you like to try garlic but are put off by the smell? Then try odor-free Kyolic. Kyolic, the king of garlic. Its reputation comes from the unusual aging process, which concentrates 50 minerals, sulfur compounds and enzymes into the famous Kyolic extract. Since most people are subjected to city living and convenience foods, I recommend we should take a plant concentrate like Kyolic to support our well-being. Kyolic, the king of garlic, you can get from health food stores and chemists. I take Kyolic every day.
dinner was magnificent.
Really? I've never cooked a meal like that before.
No, really. Oh, chocolate. I love Rocher.
Oh, you're just saying that.
I really do love Rocher.
No, I mean about dinner.
It was so good. You can have my last Rocher.
Uh-huh.
Well, if you can't spoil someone special, who can you spoil?
Share a Rocher.
When you've got a nasty cough and you're feeling kind of rough, let's all take the Nile.
Because coughs and colds tend to run in the family, you need something all the family can take.
Let's all take the Nile. When your throat's just sort of smile when you're feeling kind of vile. Let's all take the Nile.
Nile Decongestant, a cough and cold treatment for all the family.
Let's all take the Nile.
Alavita, naturally tasty.
Alavita, oh so very good.
Perfect for your busy day. Meals for any time of day.
Oh! Alavita, new from Carnation.
Welcome back. Obviously, Peter, they're smoking in that other studio again, are they? Because all of a sudden the studio's about to be smoke-filled. As Samantha Sang is going to sing a song. It's called Waiting for the Last Goodbye. Please welcome dear, lovely Samantha Sang.
You were upstairs in the bedroom last night when I picked up the phone in the hall to hear you say love words to somebody else when I never expected it all. You said, I miss you, I miss you. I miss you so much, my darling, and the roses get their okay today. And then I heard you say, I can't get away tonight, my sweet love, 'cause it's my little boy's birthday today. And I've been wondering, and I'm waiting for the last wonder would I recognize it when it came? Will it sound any different than the quick goodbye? When you leave every morning for the Well, I couldn't get myself together to say I heard you, boy. Well, I guess I just couldn't be that strong. You even took the kids to the circus today, as if nothing at all was wrong. You know, ooh, the only time that you ever saw me flowers was the day that I had your tweet. And it's so funny that love up and in so far away from the beautiful way that it begins. And I feel so helpless, and now I'm waiting for the last goodbye. It's the saddest thing I've ever done. Till death do us part. It's not always true, but than just sitting here waiting. I can't see it coming. Waiting. I'm waiting. You're gonna walk out on me. I'm waiting, waiting, waiting,
Samantha sang and waiting for the last goodbye. And let's bring her on over. Samantha sang, ladies and gentlemen. We love a little bit of fog around here, you know what I mean? But it looked very good, and I think it's very clever the way they don't let it go up too high.
Oh, I know. I thought, gee, how can I get down there?
Very clever fog people around here, I can tell you that.
Absolutely.
It started many years ago with Bruce Ross Smith, who's up there in the thing. He was the first. Samantha, there's a story. I might tell you, incidentally, whilst I was sitting here watching you perform with Terry and Marlene and Joe, lots of nice things were being said about you.
Oh,
what did you say, Joe?
I thought you were fantastic. I said, whoever gave you that voice deserves a medal.
Well, true too.
And I think your acting's fantastic
And I know who gave you that voice.
Yeah, it was also helped by her mum and dad too, Reg Gray and Joan Clark, who are wonderful singers. And it's just a family tradition to be great. A story about the song.
Yes, well, that song was written for me by Tony Camillo, who was Gladys Knight's producer Bert, in America. And actually, it's quite a special song to me because it really... the song was played to Barry Gibb of the Bee Gees, and it inspired him to write a song that people may remember called Emotion. So it sort of brings back a lot of memories, if you know what I mean.
Terrific. Is he still writing stuff?
Yes.
Any nice duets he's got on hand at all? 'Cause I'm open for duets this week. Maybe even trios with Terry.
They're on tour at the moment, actually.
Right.
Why not?
Good to have you here, Samantha. Please stay, because after this break we're going to introduce Mr. Ron Casey. Ron will be with us. We'll see you soon.
If you have the technology to build antennae that receive clear signals from outer space, imagine how sharp that technology will make the images you get on the televisions and video recorders you also make. Samsung, the world's latest.
Oh, sorry about the short notice. That's okay. I didn't expect you to go to all this trouble. It's all right. Really? This high pie's delicious. So is this Danish. So light. I shouldn't, but I will. Oh, me too.
Muffins, anyone? They're nice and hot.
But how did you find the time? She does it in a slate, leather girl.
I'm sure it's a sin to get so excited about food.
I know. You had it catered for. You can't say that.
Nobody doesn't like Sarah Lee.
Hello, I'm Peter Smith. Are you considering buying a hearing aid? Well, my advice to you is don't buy one before you read this. Hearing aids know your rights. It's got all the information you need to know about buying a hearing aid, and it will give you a better understanding of all the products and services that are available to you. Get your free copy by simply ringing Hidden Hearing on 842-3155, 842-3155. Don't buy a hearing aid before you read this booklet. It's free and obligation-free.
As parents, we're often guilty of pigeonholing our daughters. Traditional roles, traditional jobs, traditional school subjects. But today's world is crying out for girls in all kinds of technical and scientific careers. By doing maths and science to VCE, girls increase their career choices by 400%. Discuss the options with your daughter so she doesn't stay pigeonholed for the rest of her life. Maths multiplies your choices. Call us for more information.
They've been described as the group of the decade.
They've influenced the likes of Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins. They are Kool and the Gang, and they're bringing their own brand of funk, rhythm and blues to the Hilton in their first ever Australian tour. Everything is Kool and the Gang at the Hilton, August 8 to 12.
Most people are quite matter-of-fact about discussing a will or life insurance, so why not pre-arranging a funeral? John Allison Monkhouse compliment people who take this step and offer a pre-arrangement funeral plan as another of their caring services. You can spare your family the emotional and financial burden by discussing the pre-arrangement funeral plan with John Allison Monkhouse now. After all, it's simply an extension of making your will. John Allison Monkhouse, caring for people for over 120 years.
Have a look at this. Just... Joe hasn't got a cushion there. Look at Joe.
So tall it doesn't matter.
Everyone was having a lovely time just sitting around and sort of chewing the fat, but all of a sudden we thought, hang on a sec, we haven't got enough room here to introduce my next guest, Mr. Ron Casey. Welcome, Ron.
Thank you.
It's good to have you on the show, and thanks for going to so much trouble too, because Ron, of course, does a great radio program in Sydney on 2KY, and he made special efforts to get here today. That play-on was I still call Australia home. In recent times, the controversial side of the Ron Casey story has been how you see Australia and how you want it to be. I think on a couple of occasions, Ron, whether people agree with you or not, you haven't... We're just fixing the cushions still, are we? 6 out of 10 for the Pratt. 6 out of 10 for the Pratt.
That's the first time Joe Bugner's ever taken a dive.
Yeah, what about that?
Thank you, Ron.
Are you old mate? Oh, of course you'd have to be old mates because you're in the boxing,
we go back years.
He's always on my side because he's so big.
Yes.
I walk into the room and say, Joe, you're on my side.
The only man I know, seriously, but the only man I know who can clear away a bottle of Camus cognac with me is Ron.
You fancy a sip, do you, Ron? Speaking of drinks, I might just move my water too. Just in case. I'd like to know one thing. I've got a little glass here. It's not mine, but it's steaming.
Hot water, that is.
Oh, is that yours,
That's
Samantha?
mine. It's very good for the throat.
You'd be a
Bert.
cheap date.
Hot water or tea?
Oh, lovely.
It is hot though.
Yes. Or do you want me to put it back there where it won't burn you anymore?
Probably a good idea.
Okay, that's lovely of you. Very homely show, isn't it? Very homely show. Ron, I was saying that I think on a few occasions you haven't been given a real opportunity of expressing what you feel without people interrupting. We're not going to interrupt. What do you want Australia to be?
Very concisely and very shortly, I want Australia to be one nation. I want us all to be happy with each other, and I want us to know that in 20 and 30 years' time that our future generations of Australians are going to live in an Australia something like the way it is today. Now, you know, people think I'm anti-Asian. I'm not. All I want to know is some statement from the government. How many Asians are going to come into this country in the next 20 or 30 years? What is the objective of the Asian community? What is the government's objective with its immigration policy? And also, do we want to proceed with being 140 different nations, or do we want to be one nation? And every time you have a poll, although I don't believe in telephone polls, it's always 80-85% say they're not in favour of multiculturalism. Now, this is probably the greatest, single most important issue that any Australian can face. And yet, our major parties, the Libs, the Labor and the Democrats, they've all got a bipartisan approach. They will not discuss immigration. They will not discuss multiculturalism. Now, if you can tell me that's democracy and we can't have a say what the future of Australia is going to physically look like, well, you know, something's terribly wrong.
Okay, you talk about 104 nations in
40.
140.
Yes, 140 different nations have migrants in Australia.
Okay, doesn't it take some time? Well, obviously it takes time to assimilate. And haven't the great nations of the world been built on that premise?
No. No. There is no nation in the world, despite what propagandists for the institutionalised multicultural leaders, the ethnic leaders, the people that earn their money from working for the government to keep multiculturalism moving, there is no country in the world that's been successful with a multicultural society. There is none.
Where do we get our people from then?
Oh, we get our people all right, and we have respect for their background, and of course if they wish to be practising Muslims or they wish to be practising Jews or whatever, we have respect for them, but ultimately their children or their children's children will become Australians and will all be Australians. But multiculturalism, nobody seems to quite grasp this point. Multiculturalism doesn't mean that. Multiculturalism means that in 3 and 4 generations, if you wish, you can still be a practising Muslim, living as though you were back in Iran or Iraq, still just happen to be domiciled in Australia.
But didn't the Irish do that earlier this century?
But the Irish... see, if you come from a race of people like the Irish as I do, and you have a war for 700 years with the English and you can't win, well then you've got to start to mix in. And that's what the Irish did. And of course...
Eventually though, didn't they? I mean,
yes.
The reason I know a little about it...
Some of us did.
Yeah. I've got both Germanic and Irish blood in me. I'm the only person who goose steps on St Patrick's Day. But my ancestors, took a long, long time before they actually got into...
But Bert, this is where we sort of don't have a clear definition of multiculturalism. Multiculturalism is not just having respect for other people's cultures and other people's ways. It's much more than that. It means that they have the right to have their own community, and that community will be sustained by the government, and they can go on in 20, 30 years' time being just the same as they are now. And there's no pressure on them to become Australians. No pressure on them to intermarry with the rest of Australia, as the Irish have done, as the Germans, the Italians, the Greeks.
Sure. Ron, I'm playing devil's advocate, as you realise. Sure. But what's the most important thing? Somebody in their heart to work hard for a country and love a country, or to have a piece of paper?
No, I don't believe in forced citizenship. Not for 1 second. That's not my idea. My idea is that we have a society whereby we respect other people's cultures and where they came from, but they also understand and respect our culture. See, in the last 10 years, we've almost denigrated being an Australian, because what we've done is to try and make out that, well, we make other people so welcome that we've got so much to learn from them that we haven't got much to offer. I don't accept that. I think being an Australian is a great thing. And the people that are coming as migrants now, their children in a generation or two should be sitting here like you and I are now. Oh, my great-grandfather came from Turkey, but I am now an Australian of Turkish descent.
But why isn't that going to happen? That'll happen anyway, won't it?
It's not happening because government policy, and this is where the public doesn't understand the trick the government is up to. Multiculturalism means, and you have state government employees whose full-time job it is to keep multiculturalism alive, is to keep the community separate, and not to encourage them to interblend and intermarry and become one Australia. See, Howard lost the leadership of the Liberal Party because he emphasised the need for one Australia. Whereas, as it is now with multiculturalism, the bipartisan approach, what you've got is an Australia that I think will be divided into different tribes, and in 20 and 30... And besides that, I've yet to speak to an Asian leader who'll tell me what the upper number is, what their objective is in 20 years, 30 years' time for the number of, shall we say, Chinese who are going to come and live here. Is it going to be 30% of our total population? Have you ever heard a politician say to you, look, in 30 years' time, we want 4 million Chinese in Australia, and they will take up 40% of our population. Nobody talks figures. It's all nebulous.
OK, right, let's just hold it there for a second. You mentioned before polls. Now, I know that they can't always be accurate for lots of obvious reasons, but just let's have a look at the audience here. Now, this is an audience that has come in to see a daytime television program, and I would imagine that many of the people sitting there come from varying backgrounds, obviously. The simple question I'd ask is, what Ron Casey talks about, not just today, but generally, does it make sense to you? Do you believe that his opinion should be listened to? Is there any motivation? No, by raising a hand, does he make sense? Yes. No, just put your hand down, please, John, because they feel that they've got to do it because you're putting yours up. Just put your hand up if you believe that Ron Casey has a good argument. That would be what? Close to half the audience, I would suggest, John? About half the audience. And I would think, I'm pleased that was the result, because I would think That's about how we feel in Australia. There are half of us who want to have this argument taken to some sort of logical conclusion, and there are others who don't want to hear any argument, rightly or wrongly.
You're right. Hawke's a little multicultural outburst the other day, and his program is doing more to drive a wedge down the middle of Australia and between the various ethnic communities in Australia than anything else he could have done. I don't like even the word ethnic. I would like to call them ABCs, Australians by choice. Now, that's a far less divisive word than ethnic. I don't like the term New Australian.
Mm-hmm.
See, you've got to understand, I'm not against migrants coming to this country, but I want to have, not I, but I want the government to have some say in where they come from, what the composition of Australia is going to be in the future, and sometime in the future, 20 or 30 years' time, I'd like us to be one unified nation. And I'd like us to be able to say, yes, it's great to be an Australian. Now, if that sounds like corny patriotism, then so be it. But that's the way I'd like it to be. And I'm most surprised that only half the audience can grasp what I'm trying to say today.
It's a start, though, isn't it?
No, it's not a start, because usually the result is 80%, and you've let me down, audience.
Thank Ron Casey, would you please, ladies and gentlemen? It's very appropriate now, Ron. We're actually multicultural here on the show with a predominance of Italians. Yesterday we had Joe, our pianist, play Rhapsody in Blue, and Marty Rose is about to perform for us now, and the news is that his mum and his dad are going up. Where are they going, Marty?
Back home to Italy.
What, for good?
No, just for a visit.
Oh, right. For how long?
For about 6 weeks.
Oh, right. Well, OK. And they're watching today?
Yes, they are.
Their names are Gino and Vincenzo.
Vincenzo. Hi, Mum and Dad.
Yeah. I didn't say that. Marty said that. Here's Marty to say hi, Mum and Dad. Say it, right, Marty?
Sorry, what was that, Bert?
When you said hi, Mum and Dad, I was on camera because I was Ron Blaskett. Say it again.
I'll say hi to my mum.
Yeah.
Hello, Mum. Hi, Dad. Have a nice trip. Hi, Nana, and all my folks back home.
Lovely, lovely. What Marty didn't realise is that I did some investigative journalism, and I'm lucky enough to have a couple of shots of the dear folks. Here's a lovely shot of his dad, Gino, at the farewell party last night, and also when they danced toward the end of the night was just absolutely wonderful. So Gino and Vincenzo, look at it this way. You're coming back to Australia in 6 weeks' time. You'll have a wonderful time back in Italy. And also, you won't hear this guy sing for 6 weeks. Isn't that going to be wonderful? Here he is to sing especially for you the lovely ballad, Long Tall Glasses. Here's Marty Rose.
I thought I would take me a look inside. Yeah, I saw so much food, there was water coming from my eyes. Yeah, there was ham and there was turkey, there was caviar, with long tall glasses, with one up to here. To somebody grabbed me, threw me out of my chair. They did. Said before you can eat, you gotta dance like Fred Astaire. You know I can dance. You know I can dance. You know I can dance. I can dance. Whoa, feels good. Oh, hey, baby. I am a man of good road, a hobo by name. I don't seek entertainment, just poaching game. But if it's all the same to you, yes, I would try my hand. Yes, I would. You're as hungry as me, and I'm sure you'll all understand. Now, wait a minute. You know I can dance, you know I can dance. You know I can dance, you know I can dance, I can dance. Whoa, I can dance. I really hit that floor. Hey, baby, feels good. Oh, yes, it does. I did a two-step, quick-step, and a bossa nova, a little bit to Sylvester. Rudy Valentino, you should have seen me more.
Well, there you are. That's it for you. That's it for you. Gino and Vincenzo. That was little Bruno singing for you, Long Tall Glasses. Marty Rosen, back with you after this break, and a happy trip, Gino and Vincenzo.
Next on Beyond 2000, the car safety seat, which could save your life.
Dramatic pictures of a high-speed crash prove it.
They're literally moving mountains.
Amanda discovers why the Japanese are shifting an island.
They're building an international airport in the middle of Osaka Bay.
It's dubbed the bionic nose. Simon Nash finds a silicon chip that's almost human. It can smell.
On the next edition of Beyond 2000.
Presented by AMP, 8:30 tonight on 7.
No Way Jose says no way to fatty foods, but Dot's got McCain low cholesterol super fries cooked in polyunsaturated vegetable oil, which proves a No Way Jose is no match for a Dot with a lot. Ah, McCain, you've done it again.
Wow! Listen to this. A 16-night cruise holiday from Singapore to Sydney, including flight and stopover.
What, with fly-by-night tours?
No, on P&O Sea Princess.
You'd want to go there anyway.
I would.
You better read the fine print. Probably some tin pot little travel agent.
No, it's not. It's Thomas Cook.
Thomas Cook? Must be a misprint.
This Sea Princess cruise holiday is one of 21 just released. See your Thomas Cook P&O booking centre now.
This is how an ordinary moisturiser works. Simple, isn't it? Unfortunately, once your skin is dry, it cracks easily. And no matter how much moisture you put back in, the damage is done. That's why Roskin Skin Repair works in 3 ways. It not only moisturises your skin, it soothes and repairs the damage caused by dryness, and it seals in the moisture to protect even longer. So now you can do more for your skin without really doing any more. Roskin Skin Repair. It softens, soothes and seals.
Alavita, naturally tasty.
Alavita, oh so very good.
Perfect for your busy day. Meals for any time of day.
Alavita, new from Carnation.
Uh-oh. Harry's going to open this carton of milk. Watch this. He tore the lid. Uh-oh. It's going everywhere. Watch it, Harry. If only Harry had a juggler. The clever little jug that is so versatile. It's a 3-in-1 marvel. Liquid storer, milk jug, juice squeezer, all in one. Juggler. What a clever little jug. You need never cry over milk again, Harry. Juggler. From Domestics.
This week, better prices are in the bag at Tucker Bag. Coca-Cola 1.25 litre varieties are an amazing 89 cents. Dynamo Concentrate and Dynamo Coal Power and Fab Laundry Liquid are only $5.59. Vitabrits are a ridiculous $1.69, and Power Dog food varieties are just $1.29. So come in to Tucker Bag, hooray for Tucker Bag, you're all from Tucker Bag team. It's in the bag!
Welcome back. My next guest works 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, helping people sort out their problems. And his latest book is aimed at helping people deal with anger. But does he ever become angry himself? We'll find out. Please welcome Dr. Albert Ellis. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you here.
Good to be here.
There is one phrase that I've got to ask you about, and that is rational, effective therapy?
Emotive.
Emotive therapy.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means that we teach people how to be rational, but we accept the fact that they are very emotive, so you do it forcefully, vigorously, dramatically, emotively. So it's rational, emotive therapy.
Okay, so where does anger come from, though?
Anger comes from us. We think it comes from other people. You make me angry. But actually...
Yeah, we've just met each other, Doctor.
Well, later. But actually, I make me angry about what nutty things you did or said, you see. And you may treat me abominably and really do me in, but then I choose either to make myself angry when I'm foolish and silly, or I make myself sorry and disappointed and frustrated, and I'm determined to try to get you to change unangrily.
Okay. Is anger an emotion or is it a symptom of something else?
No, it's usually an emotion in its own right, but it may sometimes cover up depression or other feelings.
Yeah, it's not a helpful thing, is it? I'm very lucky. I don't suffer the emotion of anger.
One of the few.
But
even at your children?
Well, I guess sometimes, yes.
Yes,
yeah.
You see. So you do suffer sometimes because you foolishly tell yourself they shouldn't be the way they indubitably are, those so-and-so.
Well, how do you control it then? What do you do?
What you do is you acknowledge what I just said, that I create my anger, you do me in, but I create my anger, then I say, how did I create it? And the answer is with a should, an ought, a must. You must not do what you indubitably did, and then I see that and get rid of it and go back to I'd like you to act better, but if you don't, you don't. It isn't the end of the world. I can take it and unangrily convince you maybe to act better.
Yeah. Albert, we had on the program last week a young bloke called Ronnie Burns, who's a fine singer, and he was a teenage idol here in Australia. Now he's doing other things very, very successfully. And we talked about primal therapy. Right. Now, I would have thought the primal therapy, where you go in and you shout and scream and maybe hit the occasional wall or whatever, that would be trying to rid yourself of anger.
But it doesn't. It does the reverse, because when you're pounding the pillow or pounding something else, what are you telling yourself? He shouldn't be the way he is. So actually you might get rid of your present anger, but you build up the philosophy that angers you, or you anger yourself in the future. So it does much more harm than good, as many psychotherapies do, especially primal therapy.
Terry, as an actor, how do you control anger? Because obviously you work in an area where it's very high pressure, yes, and other people can drive you mad.
Yes.
How do you control yours?
Well, my whole approach to show business is one of enjoyment. I like to enjoy what I do. Primarily, I try to look for the enjoyable side of it all the time. When I'm angry, it's very much the last resort. The last resort. I try, and it does affect your performance, there's no doubt about that. And so I avoid being angry as much as possible. Much as possible.
Ron, with the greatest respect of all the people sitting on the couch, I guess if you ask the audience to identify someone with anger, it would be you, because of appearances on television shows and because of this debate which continues to rage. Do you worry about your anger?
No, I think it's healthy. I'm sorry to disagree, but I think anger's healthy. I think if you are angry and you show your anger, then it's out of your system, and 15 minutes later you'll probably feel better. That's why I've found my spot in life by doing a talkback radio show. People are angry with me, I'm angry back at them. We find our common ground, or we don't have common ground. I say, look, you're a dope, get off my program. I vent my anger, I feel good. They mightn't feel so good, but I feel great, and that's all I'm worried about.
Do you mind me enjoying your anger, Ron?
No, share my joy. Share my joy.
Do you really enjoy that
I
anger?
really enjoy letting it hang out.
Aren't you confusing anger with assertion? You assert yourself, you assert your views, you don't hold back. But anger means that you command that your views must prevail. Now that's what anger is. It's not assertion.
But
It's not displeasure.
I think, Dr. Albert, if you take a spoonful of peanut butter, it'll calm your blood pressure down to a point where you can be sensible about your arguments. Because I always find that hypertension children who go out and start smashing things up, anger is something that a professional fighter should normally have. Because every time you get bopped on the nose, you automatically think, oh, I'm going to go in there and kill him.
Right.
It's the reverse. Mm-hmm. You try to level your sugar level during a major fight by filling yourself full of carbohydrates, which is not sugar.
And you're serious about that peanut butter, are you?
Absolutely.
We must get a vast.
Now, can I tell you something? In the United States...
It's impossible to win an argument with a mouthful of peanut butter.
That's the real theory.
But I must tell you, in the United States, where a lot of children suffer from hypertension because they eat the wrong bloody foods, they're full of sugar, they're full of donuts, you name it, they eat it. A doctor over there, I can't think of her name at the moment, who brought out this idea where if you give your child a spoonful of peanut butter, which drops the sugar level, or rather counteracts the sugar in the body, the hypertension seems to calm down quite considerably. And I think grown-ups, I'm not talking about you, Ron, because yours is a...
He's not grown up yet, eh?
I think you can make yourself angry if you want to be angry, but I think at the same time you could control that by eating the right foods and not filling yourself full of...
Okay, or perhaps, Doctor, you'd like to talk now about heavyweight boxing. Your book is called...
Joe angry, whatever you do.
Incidentally, when a boxer gets angry or a wrestler, they almost always lose. When they are determined and not angry, then they can think.
Is that true, Joe?
True.
Yeah. Right.
The only person, actually, Doctor, I must contradict you on that, who, in my opinion, is an absolute animal when it comes to being angry, and it's Mike Tyson. I mean, he actually gets angry. So, I mean, at the moment, the only one we would have to disagree with is Mike Tyson, but I think the others, you're quite right. They all have to be very...
He's got nothing to be angry about, are they?
No, with all that brass, eh? Anyway, the book is called Anger. Just shut up a second, will you? Anger, how to live, and with that. And the other book I love by the good doctor is, how's this for a title? How to Stubbornly Refuse to Make Yourself Miserable About Anything. Yes, anything. That's the book there. Thanks a lot for your time, Alban, and enjoy your stay here in Australia. Thank you. Dr. Alban Ellis, and we're back. Okay. No, come back. You haven't sung your song yet. We'll take this break. We're back with Florence Houghton. Thanks a lot.
Good afternoon, Glenn Taylor. The United States has been outraged by pictures showing the execution of an American hostage in Lebanon. A pro-Iranian group sent the grisly videotape with a statement saying it had hanged Lieutenant Colonel William Higgins to avenge Israel's abduction of a Lebanese extremist leader. In Washington, top security advisors are considering any reprisals. And we'll have more news in an hour.
7 Nightly News at 6:30. Hinch at 7. Weeknights on 7.
I wouldn't mind a good bit of beef, is all I said. You got a beef, she screams. Starts hurling things at me. Well, I missed the first couple, but I caught this one. I&J Beefers. 100% beef, nothing else. No preservatives, nothing. Threw on a few chips, a couple of peas, had myself a real nice meal.
Reckon I'm gonna win a few here tonight with these nice juicy burgers.
I&J Beefers. 100% beef, nothing else.
Pay attention, because we've got some hyperactive hits coming at you. The Black Sorrows, the Party Boys, 60 minutes of hyperactive hits. Robbie Neville, Here's Europe, Dragon, Cheap Trick, hyperactive hits, new and only from J&B.
Of all the multivitamins, only one has the formulation of Logical, the complete multivitamin with a sensible boost of calcium in one capsule. So if your dietary vitamin intake is inadequate, your choice of multivitamins is now Logical.
Eyes down, 2 fat ladies.
Hey, jump. Bingo.
Key to the door.
21. Jump. Bingo. Jump, bingo, jump, bingo. Jump, bingo, jump, bingo.
Top of the house.
Jump.
Bingo. Sunset Strip.
77. Jump. Bingo. Jump, bingo, jump, bingo.
2 little ducks.
22. Jump.
Bingo. Legs 11.
Aye, there's $100,000 to be won in Chum Bingo. Look for details behind every Chum label.
Chum Bingo.
CBI, a shade better than the rest.
Better quality, better service, and CBI vertical blinds offer a better range of shades and materials. A fantastic choice in verticals, column blinds, Venetians, and stylish outdoor awnings. Wind sensitive, CBI awnings even fold up in a storm. Safe when you're out. See the experts with 25 years in business.
CBI, a shade better than the rest.
Call CBI now. Free measuring quote and 6 months interest-free terms.
No Way Jose says no way to fatty foods, but Dot's got McCain low cholesterol super fries cooked in polyunsaturated vegetable oil, which proves a No Way Jose is no match for a Dot with a lot. Ah, McCain, you've done it again.
I've been very lucky today. Very lucky with the guests, the quality of guests that I have, but I'm looking forward now to introducing my very favourite guest. Arthritis, heart attacks and 84 years of age are not enough to slow down my next guest. Please welcome Florence Houghton. Welcome. Welcome to our show, Florence.
It's just wonderful to be here, and I'm not going to speak to Bert first. I want to make a reference to Joe Bugner. I've been watching you in the green room, and I believe you like to hug and kiss the ladies.
I love it, darling.
Well, do you know, it took my mind back to 1939 when I met Chief Littlewolf, and he was showing me how he had hugged the Queen, which would be the Queen Mother today, and he put his big arms round me with his feathers on his head and gave me a hug and a squeeze, so I'm going to have to get one from you.
Well, why not now? There's no time like the present. Just there you go. I didn't apologise, by the way, for Dr. Albert Ellis not staying on, but unfortunately he did his block and just left. Florence, you came to national prominence, of course, when you decided at quite a late age to do some parachute jumping.
That's right.
What got you into that?
Well, I'd been an inpatient at Queen Victoria Medical Centre, where I am a life governor, and I used to do voluntary work there for many, many years. In fact, I went there as a volunteer in the days when it was the old Royal Melbourne Hospital, so I'm one of the worms that came out of the woodwork. And when they moved out to Monash, it was too far for me to go, but I had been into hospital to probably have a hip replacement, but Mr. Callender said it was my spine worn paper thin with arthritis, and he said, oh, you look so well now, Florence, that you'll probably be making a parachute jump. And that put the idea in my head, and I went home and went through the telephone book and rang up Paradynamics in Chapel Street, Paran, and said that's what I wanted to do.
How old were you then, Florence?
I was just coming up 81.
Dear mate. Fantastic effort. Oh, there's that gentleman, by the way. You mentioned before we came on air you wanted a photograph taken. A hug from Joe and a photograph with me. There's a big difference, isn't there?
Oh, wonderful.
Here we go.
How's that now?
Thank you, Paul. Terrific. What a day it is for all of us.
And now I'm going to tell something about Bert. I went to the hairdressers this morning, and they said...
Don't tell them I was there having my hair done.
No, no, and I told them where I was coming. So they said to me that Roma Perry tells me that you went to Maris Brothers and you used to come across to the ladies' school in Nicholson Street to teach them the drums.
That's right. Yes.
And yes. Lou Perry was Mari Duquesne's right-hand man at Duquesne's Manchester Unity in the days of Graham, Bert, Panda, and the early 60s.
That's right. Well, that is true.
Now, how's that?
Yeah, that is true about me teaching the girls the drums, because back in those days I used to be the chief drummer at Maris Brothers. I actually got a scholarship as a drummer, and I used to go up the girls' school. It took them 3 years to learn one rim shot, but I had a lot of fun.
But of course there's a play on words. You can use drum in a different word, the same way as you can say about gays today. Well, you don't ever say you had a gay time anymore, do you?
No. Florence, I think you misunderstood me. I think there's been a terrible misunderstanding here. I mean, I was a very masculine drummer, and all that sort of thing.
I'm a very naughty old lady, aren't I?
You know something, Florence? Do you think that one of the problems today is that older people, senior citizens, call yourselves what you will, are pigeonholed by younger people?
No, I don't say they all are. They are learning now. And I've just done a 2-day seminar at Ormond College at the Melbourne University about age discrimination. And it's not only that older people and young people discriminate against age, we older people discriminate against young people. When they've gone to school, college, university, they come out and then they can't get a job because they've got no experience. Well, what's wrong with the world? What comes first, the chicken or the egg? How can you get experience if somebody won't let you do it? And then also, why should older people, because you turn 65, you now have to retire? That man could be at the peak of his life in a bank or whatever he's doing, and then he's made to retire and become redundant. A lot of people can fill in a lovely time by retirement, but like me, I now do a voluntary job at the Victorian Council on the Ageing. It's either perhaps collating papers. They don't let me photostat anything anymore because I keep messing up the machines. Then I fold them and put them into envelopes, and then all the financial members, I file them and I do all that, and I am wanted. And this is what helps to keep you young, when you know you are wanted, and this is what we should do.
Florence, I said before the show that you have the most beautiful eyes, and you really do. What did you say your mum told you once?
My mother used to tell me when I was a child, your eyes will get you into trouble. I don't know why she said that.
Did they get you into trouble?
They certainly have. I've had some lovely times. I went overseas on a working holiday for 18 months and I literally stayed 12 and a half years. But I went backwards and forwards on the ships, and I travelled on a Danish cargo ship once with 10 passengers, and it got me into trouble with that captain. And when I got off the ship at Dunkirk and we were playing the record, what now, my love? Now it is over. Oh, dear. Oh, there was terrible tears. And he said, well, I told you it wouldn't last.
That is lovely. Florence, I've got to ask you one final question. Will you come back and see us again very soon?
Oh, nothing would please me more. This is what keeps old people young, to know that they are wanted and somebody can do something with them.
Well, we want you to come back soon. Florence Houghton. And we're back with you after this break.
This Wednesday night, Channel 7 sadly farewells one of television's favourite families.
I miss you so much. Honey, I'm going to miss you too.
The final episode of Family Ties.
You've been a wonderful sister.
Alex is leaving home.
I am going to be rich.
He's leaving his room.
It's going to be a shrine.
And he's leaving Skippy.
Oh, please, Alex, don't go.
A movie-length special, including...
Special goodbye from all of us at Family Ties.
Don't miss the final episode of Family Ties. 7:30 Wednesday on 7.
Vogue Music brings you Living in the 70s. Every song and every memory.
Because nothing will save the Governor General.
A magnificent double album of 28 great tracks. Rod Stewart, Village People, Split Ends, and ABBA.
The Watergate Breaker. The Watergate Breaker.
Jojo Zepp.
Christmas Morning in Darwin was one without joy.
Living in the 70s. Available now from Vogue Music.
Still one of the world's richest sources of vitamin B.
Uh-oh. Harry's going to open this carton of milk. Watch this. He tore the lid. Uh-oh. It's going everywhere. Watch it, Harry. If only Harry had a juggler. The clever little jug that is so versatile. It's a 3-in-1 marvel. Liquid storer, milk jug, juice squeezer, all in one. Juggler. What a clever little jug. You need never cry over spilt milk again, Harry. Juggler. From Domestics.
Your kicks at an everyday price by Colortex.
The Lifestyle Suite by Innovator. Rearrangeable because of the detachable armrests. Just slot them in and make the suite do what you want it to. Armchairs, settees, a corner suite, even a bed. All covers, including the base cover, come off for cleaning, and for 9 years now we've supplied spare covers. Choose the look you want, summer or winter, traditional or modern. Simply brilliant, just like this coffee table which converts to a dining table. From Innovator, 565 Church Street, Richmond, opposite Bryant and May.
Welcome back. The Coppers Bush Band are with us today. Song and dance band, the Coppers Bush Band. Let's hear it for them.
I'm used to being by myself, always on the road, making light of other people's woes.
take much more than just a song or two. Even a smile can lighten up the load. I'm just a song and dance man, going from town to town, playing one-night shows and country rodeos. I'm just a song and dance man, living on a smile. I share your laughter everywhere I go. I don't care too much for cities, I ain't seen what I'd call home. The only dust they got there's just plain dirt. And no one takes you in unless they want you off the streets. I get the feeling some folks fear a smile might hurt. I'm just a song and dance man, going from town to town, playing one-night shows and country rodeos. I'm just a song and dance man, living on a smile. I share your laughter everywhere I go. I gave up looking for answers a long, long time ago. Life's just taking chances. Ask any dancer what went wrong and it's all undone. I won't ask much of your time or that you recall my name. Fame's just a momentary curse. But maybe if a song or two still lingers when I'm gone, then I guess this song and dance man could do worse. I'm just a song and dance man, going from town to town, playing one-night shows and country rodeos. I'm just a song and dance man, living on a smile. I share your laughter everywhere I go. I'm just a song and dance man, going from town to town, playing one-night shows and country rodeos. I'm just a song and dance man, living on a smile. I share your laughter everywhere I go. I'm just a song and dance man, going from town to town, playing one-night shows and country rodeos. I'm just a song and dance man, living on a smile. I share your laughter everywhere I go.
The Cobbles Bush Band of Michael Cullen's Song and Dance Band. We're back with you after this break.
It's an incredible tale of alien abduction. See the facts firsthand.
The weight of the evidence demands an extraordinary investigation.
Unsolved Mysteries, Thursday.
If you lose your American Express traveler's checks, find a phone. Because now, even if you're in the middle of nowhere, you can get replacement checks hand-delivered to you. Simply by calling American Express anytime on one of the world's 570 million phones. But remember, this new service comes only with American Express traveler's checks.
So if your bank doesn't carry them, go to one that does. Don't leave home without them.
Now there are 3 steps to heaven. Just look, and you will plainly see. Step 1, you squish that soft sun-blessed. Step 2, the sun-blessed fresh. Step 3, good on you, Mum. Sure, looks like heaven. Good on you, Mum. Tip-top's the one. Good on you, Mum.
Furniture Importer goes direct to the public and you save. Early Settler Plantation Grown Furniture. Teak dining table, $600 value, now just $399. Matching chairs from only $99. Superb teak dresses from an unheard of $795. With this Raffles Cane Lounge setting, a matching coffee table absolutely free. Big discounts on our colonial-style video cabinets. And Baltic stain extension tables from just $582. You'll find it all at Early Settler Furniture. Don't settle for less.
Look, Mummy! It's Devondale country!
Devondale country. Hello, dear. Like to taste some Devondale coffee?
Devondale,
Yes,
the
please.
best cheese in the country. Mild, vintage and tasty. Australian Colby too.
Tastes sort of different, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can taste the Devondale country, can't you? Devondale, the country cheese that's come to town.
Susie says she wants to keep doing maths and science.
Oh, what for?
Oh, there might be something she can do with it when she leaves school.
She's only going to work for a minute before she meets some bloke and settles down.
Oh, I don't know, Frank. She might get into one of those boys' career things or something.
No daughter of mine's going out on some rig in the middle of the sea.
Oh, Frank, there might be something else she can do.
Yeah? Like what?
By not doing maths and science to VCE, girls reduce career opportunities by up to 80%. Maths multiplies your choices. Call us for information.
Danny Kaye is seen in a dual role as a brash young nightclub entertainer and his studious twin brother, both of whom become involved in murder. Danny Kaye and Vera Ellen in Wonder Man, Tuesday afternoon movie here on Channel 7.
The one thing we ain't done today, of course, we promised that we would show a clip. Will you girls, I don't know, when the two of you get together...
Florence, what a talker this lady, isn't she?
What a talk. You know something, I want to make... She's done parachute jumping and all that sort of thing. I want now Florence to become a television star on this show. Wouldn't that be wonderful? A regular. We didn't run the clip of Terry McDermott and Homicide, so we've saved that for another day. Terry, okay? I thought our guests today were just absolutely wonderful. Thanks to Joan, to Marlene, and to you, Ron, and Terry, and Samantha, and Florence, and also to Albert, who is no longer with us. Well, I mean, he's still with us, but I mean, he's sort of now in his car, shouting and screaming out the window. Tomorrow, we have for you Steve Vizard, Patty Mostyn, new insights into the Marilyn Monroe story, and also nudism in Australia. Tomorrow on the show, we'll see you...
I was asked by TAFE colleges to do some nude modelling for them.
Oh, Florence, please. My audience. Goodbye and God bless you, everybody, and thanks for your company.
When in Melbourne, our guests stay at the Hilton on the Park. This has been a Jim McKay production for the Australian Television Network. The Bert Newton Show was brought to you by the new Jenny Craig weight loss program. Now more than ever, it's the Australian way to lose weight.